Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. John Owen talks about sports and movies. Thank you for checking out today's video. Always appreciate the support. Let's get into it. So it's been a wild few days of sports news between the wild ending of the Cardinals-Bills games where D-Hop caught the Hail Mary, the Rams' big win over the Seahawks, Dennis Schroeder to the Lakers trade, the James Harden-Nets rumors, and the Chris Paul Suns trade that literally just went down within the past hour and a half or so. It's been crazy, and it warrants a sports news roundup, so let's get into it. Make sure you leave your thoughts on all these events down below. So I'm going to start off today's video talking about the DeAndre Hopkins catch at the end of the game versus the Bills. First off, let's just talk about an absolutely fantastic game. Back and forth, super exciting. Watching two young and upcoming NFL star quarterbacks, Josh Allen for the Bills, Kyler Murray for the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is so fun to watch. My roommate Blake did not watch a lot of sports before we became roommates, but since we've been watching a lot of football, we've watched a lot of Kyler Murray, and he really likes him. And so now Kyler Murray's got two additional fans between me and him. Anyways, before I talk about the actual catch itself, let's talk about the drive the Bills had that Josh Allen led so beautifully. The execution on their 2-minute drill was outstanding. He was poised. He threw the ball very well. Shook off the interception he threw, I think the drive before, just threw dart after dart, managed the clock well, got out of bounds, did a lot of great things. And his throw to Stephon Diggs to take the lead was a really good throw. It was a great catch by Stephon Diggs, and that's just been an absolutely great pickup for the Bills. Stephon Diggs leads the league in receiving. Josh Allen and him have had great chemistry. That's a great acquisition. You can't argue with the success. The Bills are so talented. Between Stephon Diggs, John Brown, Cole Beasley, they're pretty good running game. And Josh Allen, they've got an excellent offense. They've got some playmakers on defense too. The Bills are going to be really good. I don't know if they can win a Super Bowl per se, but they are really good. And I stand by that. Now, let's talk about the last drive. To be completely honest, I really am not too sure if the Cardinals managed the clock as well as they could have. Specifically, the one play, I think it was directly before the Hail Mary. There was about 21 seconds left, and Kyler Murray took 10 seconds off the clock to get the first down because he held the ball. He was trying to extend the play, and then he threw it to Fitzgerald with a nice throw, nice catch by Fitz. And but Kyler Murray could have scrambled and everything like that, but it was fine because then he threw the pass of his life. 50-yard bomb, rolling out to his left, on the run, a slight fadeaway, about to get hit. He just throws it, chucks it, bro. And then D-Hop does what D-Hop does. He makes the play. As arguably the best receiver in the game, he might make that case. Him or Julio Jones, in my opinion, are the top two. Anyways, he makes an outstanding play. Moss is 3 Bills defender. I mean, just outstanding. A really awesome play. One of those plays that you've got to see it to believe it. It was beautiful. It was awesome. It was really exciting. All my friends that are watching the game were really excited. One of my friends' niece was there. She's like 9 months old. She wasn't sure why we were so excited, but we were excited, so she was excited, and it was just a really awesome moment. It's probably like a real surreal moment just because it was a great ending to a game we were all excited to watch. And there was a baby there, and she was really excited, and it was just awesome. I just want to give a quick shout out to the Rams. I think they are a lot better than maybe people are giving them credit for. Their run game is fantastic. Jared Goff is way better than not way better, but much better than I think people maybe give him credit for, in my opinion. He's so good off of play action. He is really outstanding off of play action. He's good enough as just a pure drop back quarterback. Defensively, they've got Aaron Donald, who's obviously the best defensive player in the game. Leonard Floyd, another good pass rusher. Two of the best corners in the game in Hill and then Jalen Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey held DK Metcalf to 4 targets, 2 catches, I think 34 yards, something crazy like that. I think the only weakness that I see for the Rams is that if they can't run the football, I don't know how effective they will be offensively. But as long as they can run the football, I think they can make a really deep run into the playoffs. Now, let's shift over from NFL news to NBA news. Now, forewarning, this is going to be a crazy week for the NBA. Free agency starts, trades start, draft, everything like that. This is going to be a big week of NBA news, so expect a lot of NBA-related content within the next couple weeks. Just want to go over the Dennis Schroeder trade. This happened a couple days ago, but it's finalized today. What a steal for the Lakers to get Dennis Schroeder for Danny Green in the 28th overall pick. Now this allows them to let Rondo walk. They can use that money they were going to have to pay Danny Green and Rondo to get Dennis Schroeder, maybe another key role player and everything like that. Dennis Schroeder can do all the things Rondo can do, create for others, run the offense with a little more finishing, or little consistent more finishing, consistent shooting, and consistent scoring ability. So I think it's an upgrade over Rondo. As much as I love playoff Rondo, he was very inconsistent during the regular season. And so now the Lakers are even better, and it puts them in a position to repeat, as Magic Johnson said. Secondly, James Harden to the Nets. I think that's going to be, if it ends up happening, I think it's going to be really interesting. First off, on the good thing, having 3 of the best 12 players in the world is obviously an advantage. KD, if he comes back, even if he's not all the way, if he's close, that he's a top 5. James Harden is a top 6. Kyrie Irving is probably 11th or 12th, maybe 10, depending on who you're asking. So having 3 of the top 12 best guys in the league is awesome. I mean, that makes you an automatic title contender. You throw in a guy like DeAndre Jordan, Bruce Brown, was the guy they just traded for. Depending on who they would be able to keep, in a hypothetical trade for James Harden, the package that's been floating out is like Jared Allen, Teron Prince, Karis LeVert, and another young dude. I don't remember his name exactly, but but if you just fill in with competent players between Harden, Kyrie, and KD, like that's gonna be a really good team. Now, do I think that James Harden addresses the chemistry and defensive concerns I had about the Nets? Absolutely not. I think, honestly, he could make it worse. James Harden, as we've seen, is very, very, very ball dominant. Kyrie can be fairly ball dominant and did not like it when he was not the primary ball handler. And KD, out of the 3 of them, can play the most off the ball. I think he's really honestly played off ball, not most of his career, but, he's been able to, in Oklahoma City, Russ and Harden handled the ball more, and Golden State, him and Curry were kind of splitting the duties, stuff like that. And so I think he would be fine not being the primary ball handler, but that's just going to create a lot of tension potentially and everything like that. And James Harden does not address their defensive concerns I had before. But at the same time, 3 out of the best 12 basketball players in the world, Steve Nash, an offensive-minded coach, the Nets are going to be really good. I think I would probably pick them to win the East, even though they do not have a Giannis stopper. But it's all going to come down to chemistry. Really, defensively, even if they're not great, if they're okay, it's going to be fine. I'm just really worried about their chemistry, how that's going to work out. We shall see, if it even happens. And then something that literally just happened, the Chris Paul to the Suns trade. The Suns gave up Kelly Oubre, some other young guys, and maybe a first-round pick if I remember correctly. But I think this is a really, really, really good move for Phoenix. They almost made the playoffs. They went 8-0 in the bubble. They've got an established culture. A trio of Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton, along with their other young guys, it's really nice. That's fantastic. And, I mean, it's the first blockbuster move we've seen so far in this offseason, and I expect to see a lot more. And I think that definitely puts the Suns in the upper tier, or not the upper tier, but in the playoffs in the West. So basically overall, just to recap, D-Hop made an incredible catch, incredible play to end the Cardinals-Bill games. Rams picked up a big win. Lakers got better. There might be a super trio, or there might be a new super team in Brooklyn, and Chris Paul just made the Suns playoff locks, in my opinion. So thank you for checking out today's video. I always appreciate the support. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of the fun. Check out the link content here. You have a fantastic day.